Welcome to Where We Live, a new video series that takes a closer look at the modern human habitat. In each episode, we examine challenges related to health, housing, and transportation. I'm David Hodge, your host. In this episode, we'll explore how California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA, allows just one person to stop any housing development in the state. It's crazy, but it's true. Joining us is housing expert Matthew Lewis from California YIMBY.
I'm Matthew Lewis. I am Director of Communications for California YIMBY, which stands for Yes in My Backyard. We're a statewide housing policy and advocacy organization. We have about 80,000 members all over the state of California, and we work mostly in Sacramento with the state legislature to make it easier to build homes in the communities where we need them. Now we're talking about knocking down neighborhoods where you don't need to drive everywhere to build highways for neighborhoods where you do. And we're using an environmental law to justify that. That's the most extreme example. The way this plays out in the day-to-day, most recently, just in Berkeley, again, I'm sorry to say, as progressive as Berkeley's reputation is, it has a long way to go, in my opinion. So the University of California, Berkeley, the flagship of the university system, the first university in the state university system, it's been growing. It's a very popular school. There's now 50,000 students there. They've been trying to grow. The housing crisis in Berkeley has been really impacting students. And not just in Berkeley, the whole state system is having huge challenges in providing housing for its students. 1 in 10 students in the University of California system doesn't have a place to live, 10%, so really high. So the university's been trying to do the right thing and build more student housing. But there's a lawyer in Berkeley who thinks that Berkeley is full. Yes, he's white. He lives not far from the university. I would point out that he moved there knowing there was a university there. He didn't predate the university. There was no Berkeley before the university at all. So he filed a series of lawsuits to block the construction of student housing because he claimed that the university had not done the proper environmental analysis. Now think about it. Berkeley, California, very walkable. Almost no students on campus have cars. 3 BART stations, buses going in all directions, and one of the cities with more people riding bikes and walking per capita than any other city in the United States. Okay, so this is one of the lowest impact cities in the country. And here comes this fellow using the California Environmental Quality Act to block student housing on the basis that the housing you would build there would cause inordinate harm to the environment. The truth about housing, and it's a little counterintuitive for people, so I know it takes a second to sort of understand, people have to live somewhere. So if you prevent housing from being built in a low-impact community like Berkeley, that doesn't mean those people just cease to exist. What it means is they move into a neighborhood or a community that has a higher impact, where they're either forced to drive, or that doesn't have as much renewable energy as Berkeley has, or that doesn't have the values of Berkeley, which is we're going to try to have the lowest impact per person as we can as a city. So you end up increasing the impact on the environment when you don't allow that kind of infill housing, whether it's for students or workers or whoever it might be. The best way to reduce the environmental impact is to allow more infill housing in these coastal communities that have incredibly low carbon footprints. And what's happening instead in California is people like this attorney are using that law to achieve the exact opposite.
Thanks for tuning in to Where We Live. If you found today's episode informative, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Join us again in our next episode as we unpack essential health, housing, and transportation issues and how they impact our daily lives. See you next time.